Hi, everybody. This is Vincent Ng of MCNG Marketing, and thank you so much for joining me on video number 3 of this 3-part series for understanding the new Pinterest analytics that's provided to you. Now, so here is something that's very interesting, and at first I was a little bit confused. So if you take a look at your Pinterest profile, you may notice that the number of average daily impressions is actually lower than the one for activity for your website. So this one over here, you can see my average daily impressions is about 11,584, but the previous number, if you noticed, said 10,000. So why exactly is this number higher than the other one? Simply this: for the very first one, which is your Pinterest profile, these are actually pins that you have pinned directly. So this has nothing to do with anybody else. However, with activity from your website, this includes impressions for people that have also repinned your content. So this will actually give you an idea of, hey, people that have repinned your content that leads back to your website, this is what that's all about. So that's great news that the average daily impressions that my own pins from my website are actually higher than what I pin, which is amazing. And the average daily viewers, the unique viewers that view my content that link back to my site, has also been amazing. Like, that's great to know that more people are interested in my content across the web than just the stuff that I post. And this is really what I love about Pinterest. It's stuff that you never know and how it goes viral. So as you can see, the reason I know this is because over here, this particular pin is pinned by myself. I got 15,000 impressions from this, but somebody actually repinned this pin, and because of that, I ended up getting an additional 14,869 impressions for that particular pin that leads back to my website, and that resulted in 14 additional clicks in the last 30 days. So this is why it's really, really important to, repin content, because you're helping out other people and they might notice now. So if they have analytics, they go, hey, this person has been getting us a lot of repins. Maybe they're an influencer, so it's a good way to grab someone's attention. Now, if you're wondering which boards of yours that contain the most pin impressions for pins that come from your website, this is what that section is for. Again, you can tell by the number of impressions. And so for me, the Pinterest Resources, Tips, Guides, and Tools is a group board that I've joined, and it still kicks some major butt in terms of clicks and impressions. So that's good to know that people are enjoying my content. Now, you can also find out, based on this, is actually the number of repins. So how many repins are occurring in terms of pins that originate from your website. Again, a popular pin for me has been the 31 days to better Pinterest page. In the last 30 days, that's gotten 81 repins. And so that's nice to see that it's getting some traction. Boards with the most repin pins, for example, again, Pinterest Resources is number one. Close behind it is the 31 days to a better Pinterest page, which tells me the number of repins, which is really fantastic considering it doesn't have that many followers. And actually, it only has 28 pins, so it's nice to see that it gets a lot of repins. The other thing that you'll notice is also clicks. So how many clicks are you getting back to your website based on a single pin? As you can see, my 31 days to a better Pinterest page gets 56 clicks. It's a very popular pin. Again, maybe not a whole lot of impressions for the last month, but man, do people love clicking through on that. You'll notice a commonality. Again, same thing. Which boards have the most clicks on it? This will tell you how great a board is in terms of actually converting visitors back into traffic to your site. So this is very important to pay attention to, not to be ignored. We all love web traffic, so make sure you check out clicks, not clings, clicks. So here's another one. If you want to find out your original pins, this is the number of daily pins that are created actually directly from your website. So how this used to work was that this was determined by, again, when you use the old analytics and you typed in pinterest.com/source/a website, could be your website, it would kind of show you who pinned, and that's what this number is for, is how many people are pinning directly from your site. Now, the old one used to tell you who was pinning from the site. Unfortunately, you no longer are able to see that on this new dashboard, but you can see which pins have been recently pinned from your website. If you want to find out who specifically is pinning for it, you have to click through it, and that will tell you exactly who is pinning your content. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but sometimes it's helpful because you never know if it's an influencer that has actually pinned your content. Now, again, you need to find out the all-time. Again, most repin pins that originate back to your site. Again, so over here we have some interesting pins actually, but you can always click on the show more if you need the top 50. So it'll show you 50 of your top pins, which is really fantastic. Now, the other thing that you might want to know, and this is, for me, it's not necessarily the most interesting statistic, but it's really about how many people are using the pin it button in the last week. It'll tell you how many people, how many pins were created as a result, and how many website clicks that resulted. So to me, it's not the most interesting statistic because it doesn't really tell a lot about virality. I think this is just really a way for Pinterest to promote its Pinterest button. Now, just remember, with everything, you can actually break down everything by app. So it's like, hey, I can find out by iPad, by mobile web. So that's really a great thing. You can also export the data. So if you need to make a CSV file, just click on export data, and it's able to send you a file, or you can save a file, and you get all your data analytics. So that's part 3 of 3. I'm hoping that this whole 3-part series has been able to explain what Pinterest Analytics is about, how they measure everything, and how you can actually use it for your Pinterest marketing. Now, if you want to know more about Pinterest marketing, you want to know how to gain more followers, check out my Pentalysis Online Academy. It is an amazing academy, and guess what? You will learn lots. You'll learn how to gain more followers, you'll learn how to monetize your Pinterest account, and you'll learn how to drive more traffic back to your site. So again, thank you so much. Again, this is Vincent Ng of MCNG Marketing, and happy pinning.